Hello friends, this is Narendra Sharma. Today I am going to discuss heat wave and welcome to the IQ Civils IAS Academy. These are the government projects which you can see in this slide, and these are the panels of elite faculties which are always ready to serve you. And if you see the dates, then I am announcing you the dates of starting of batches. I mean, the new batches are going to start from 1st of August and 10th of August. Okay, 1st of August and 10th of August. These are the Google reviews, which will be highly helpful in order to understand what exactly IQ Civil Science Academy is giving you. Okay, so let's discuss the topic, that is heat wave. Obviously, in the entire world, we are facing severe climatic hazards, severe type of what you can say climatic hazards like forest fire, cloudbursts, landslides, cyclones, isn't it? Drought, flood. So, and after all, the impact can be seen on agriculture, even human health, and overall species. I mean, and ultimately, the species are also going to be affected. So, climatic hazards. Recently, what we have seen in the news that Europeans forest fire, isn't it? Recently, we have seen it was in the news. We have seen the cloudburst of India also, forest fire of the entire world, a forest fire in the entire world, like Australia, California, Canada, Europe, India, isn't it? So, if you want to understand such kind of hazards which are associated with heat wave, then let's first understand what is heat wave so that we can understand all the climatic hazards in the coming session of this, I mean, coming session in YouTube, isn't it? So, first of all, let's understand what is heat wave. So, if you understand heat wave, obviously, in coming session, we can understand the heat waves which are related with the climatic hazards or the climate change. Got it? According to World Meteorological Organization, the term heat wave refers to situation. It is a situation when the daily maximum temperature of more than 5 consecutive days exceeds the average maximum temperature by 5 degrees centigrade. I hope you understand. It is a situation, isn't it? When the daily maximum temperature of more than 5 consecutive days, I mean, uh, for 5 days consistently, if the daily temperature is exceeding by 5 degrees centigrade from the average temperature, isn't it? So it is a basically a climatic situation where the temperature will increase, maximum temperature, average maximum temperature increases by 5 degrees centigrade, isn't it? So it is not about the daily average temperature, it is about the increase in the daily average temperature for consecutive at least for 5 days, isn't it? Then it will be termed as heat wave according to WMO. Now I am practically explaining what is this. This is the basically definition. Uh, Again, one more point you can see for heat wave. It is a hot weather phenomena which is accompanied by high temperature and high humidity that causes prolonged period of abnormally hot weather. It can be measured by comparing the usual weather in the area and relative to normal temperatures for the season. Getting my point? See, obviously it is a hot weather phenomena. That's why it is termed as heat wave, which is accompanied by high temperature and high humidity. Obviously, if you are going facing high temperature in an area, then obviously high temperature increases the rate of evaporation, and evaporation increases the rate of formation of clouds, and that's why high humidity will also accompanied by, I mean, it is accompanied by high temperature that causes prolonged period of abnormally hot weather, isn't it? Prolonged period, at least for 5 days. I have told you it can be 7 days to 15 days, like that, isn't it? High temperature and high humidity, because as you have gone through climatology, and if you have gone through climate section for UPSC, then you can understand that the humidity or the moisture is basically trapping the outgoing radiation, isn't it? Whatever the radiation which we are facing from sun, that is able to penetrate the atmosphere, but outgoing radiations are not able to cross the atmosphere if humidity is available in higher amount, because this humidity, that is H2O, isn't it? This humidity is trapping the heat, and that's why temperature is increasing again and again. So if humidity is there, temperature is there, and if temperature is there, then rainfall is there. If rainfall is there, means humidity is there. So it's a cyclic phenomena, isn't it? It's a cyclic phenomena. I hope you can understand the cyclic phenomena. If temperature is there, humidity will be there. Humidity is able to trap the outgoing heat, and that's why heat is maintained in the atmosphere, which increases the temperature. And if it is increasing the temperature by more than 5 days, it will be termed as condition of, or the situation of heat wave, as far as World Meteorological Organization is concerned, isn't it? So it can be measured by comparing the usual weather in the area and relative to the normal temperature of the season. If you are measuring the temperature or usual weather condition of an area, then you will find something difference. If you will find something difference in that weather condition or in that situation where the temperature has been exceeded by 5 degrees centigrade for more than 5 days, then it can be termed as heat wave. Got it? Now see. So heat wave basically, uh, it can be because of various factors. I have told you the first and foremost factor is the temperature must be trapped. Outgoing radiation must be trapped in the lower atmosphere, isn't it? If temperature is trapping in the lower atmosphere because of humidity or the clouds, which are not allowing the long wave radiations to go out of the lower atmosphere or to go in the space or in the higher atmosphere, then temperature increases. And if temperature increases, you know about the relation of temperature and pressure. If temperature increases, means pressure is lower in that place. So wherever heat wave situation arises, or wherever heat wave situation arises, temperature will be much higher and pressure will be much lower. So if pressure will be much lower, and if you are comparing this pressure area with the surrounding area where the pressure is much higher, then there will be a flow of the wind, isn't it, from high pressure to low pressure. So because of such pressure differences, which has been arised because of heat wave condition, and where the temperature has increases by more than 5 degrees centigrade, and pressure also becomes lower, because as you know, temperature is indirectly proportional to pressure, isn't it? According to this equation, pressure is lesser, pressure of this area is highly lesser, what you can say, then obviously the pressure of surrounding area will be automatically, it will be higher. So wind will flow from high pressure to low pressure. So if wind is flowing through this region, obviously this region of high temperature, then wind will also be wind which is crossing through this high temperature area. The wind can also be much warmer, isn't it? Much warmer than the average, which can be termed as heat wave. Wave means the warm winds, highly warm winds, isn't it? Which are blowing because of pressure difference. Here high pressure, here it is low pressure. Got it? Now see, according to we have discussed about this, I mean, concept of heat wave. Now it is a criteria. Here you can understand the criteria for heat wave. The heat wave is considered when the maximum temperature of station reaches at least 40 degrees centigrade for plains and 30 degrees centigrade for hilly regions. Isn't it? If the normal maximum temperature of station, whatever, see, one more thing I want to discuss here, I want to tell you, not want, I don't want to discuss, but I want to tell you that in heat wave, we are talking about the average maximum temperature which is exceeding by 5 degrees centigrade. It is the average temperature of the atmosphere, isn't it? Average temperature of the atmosphere of that particular area. And this is basically the temperature of a plain area. If temperature of plain area is reaches to 40 degrees centigrade, and for hilly area if it is 30 degrees centigrade, obviously it means the area has witnessed increase in the area has witnessed the average increase in temperature by 5 degrees centigrade. Got it? So if it is 40 degrees centigrade for plains and 30 degrees centigrade for hilly regions, means it has increased by 5 degrees centigrade on an average. Okay, this is the first point. Come to the second point. If the normal maximum temperature of a station is less than or equal to 40 degrees centigrade, then an increase of 5 to 6 degrees centigrade from the normal temperature is considered to be heat wave condition. I have told you. Whatever the second point that has been given, I have discussed it with the first point. Further, an increase of 7 degrees centigrade or more from the normal temperature considered as severe heat wave condition. Severe heat wave. It is not only heat wave, it will be severe heat wave if the temperature is more than 6 degrees centigrade or 7 degrees centigrade from the normal temperature. Okay. If the normal temperature of a station is more than 40 degrees centigrade, then an increase of 4 to 5 degrees centigrade from the normal temperature is considered to be heat wave condition. Okay. And further increase of 6 degrees centigrade or more considered as severe heat wave condition. Additionally, if the actual maximum temperature remains 45 degrees centigrade or more, irrespective of normal maximum temperature. Okay. So if the actual maximum temperature remains 45 degrees centigrade or more, irrespective of normal maximum temperature, it will be considered as what? Severe heat wave condition. Severe heat wave condition. Okay. Further, an increase of 6 degrees centigrade or more is considered as severe heat wave condition. I have told you the same thing is repeated by these lines. Additionally, if the actual amount temperature remains 40 degrees centigrade, 45 degrees centigrade or more, irrespective of normal maximum temperature, a heat wave is declared, which has killed, heat wave has killed more than 1,60,000 people in the world since 1998 to till now, isn't it? According to a report, 1,60,000, more than 1 lakh. This is a recorded report. I mean, this is a report which has been taken by the recorded observations, isn't it? But we can assume that it would be more than 3 lakh people which has been died because of heat wave. In India, it is more than 2,500 people have been died, isn't it? Uh, in the heat wave condition, according to the report. Impact of heat wave. Let's discuss the impact of heat wave. The heat wave has great potential and more dangerous as compared to other natural phenomena like hurricanes, lightning, and tornadoes. Why is it so? Because hurricanes, lightning, and tornadoes remains on the area temporarily, isn't it? Temporarily means only for 1 to 2 days. But heat wave persists for more than 10 days. It can persist for more than 10 days. Got it? Next impact of heat wave. If the body temperature of living creature is lower than external temperature, if your body temperature is lower than external temperature or atmospheric temperature, then it is very often to get heat stroke and heat cramps, isn't it? The body temperature of living creature is lower than external pressure. I mean, external temperature or atmospheric temperature, then it is very often to get heat stroke and heat cramps. During this situation, body is not able to regulate and maintain the optimal temperature. Isn't it? So, in order to regulate and maintain optimal temperature, we have to do. We'll discuss in the silent mechanism. Under this condition, I mean under the heat wave, static hot mass of air trapped all the pollutant and harmful chemicals below the layer of hot air, which decreases the air quality that causes airborne diseases. Isn't it? See, if heat is trapped, or if there is static hot mass of air trapped all the pollutants and harmful chemicals below the layer of hot air, which decreases the air quality. See, suppose this is the surface and heat is rising in the atmosphere, but that heat is not able to cross the lower atmosphere because of subsiding atmospheric situation. Suppose in the atmosphere, if the winds are falling on the surface or falling on the surface, subtropical high pressure area, like if you see the subtropical high pressure area where the winds are, and that is along the 25 to 35 degree of latitude also, or in tropical areas where the winds are subsiding, they are trapping the heat. So temperature is not going to cross the lower atmosphere. So if temperature is trapped in this area, obviously they will also trap the pollutants and harmful chemicals in the lower atmosphere where the person is living or where we are living. So if we are living, we are also going to inhale such kind of harmful pollutants and chemicals, isn't it? Which can cause airborne disease. The abnormal hot temperature cause drought-like situation because it drains the moisture. Because if temperature is very high, and if humidity is not available, if rainfall is not available at that place, then what is happening? The situation of drought-like condition will prevail, isn't it? Because whatever the temperature is there, it will absorb all the moisture, isn't it? The abnormal hot temperature causes drought-like condition. It drains the moisture content from vegetation, and if moisture content is not present in the vegetation, then what is happening? It causes bushfire and forest fire because the vegetation will drier. Na? Vegetation will drier, the leaves were dry, and when dry leaves got friction, when two dry leaves gets friction from the wind by the blow of wind, Because of this friction, they can cause fire, isn't it? And from the leaves to the trees, and from trees to the entire forest, bushfire and forest fire is normally related with uh, what you can say hot temperature or heat wave. And it is recently in the news, like European forest. You have seen the forest of European countries because of heat waves. We'll discuss in the coming videos about those situations which have been arised in European country due to heat waves. The excessive hotness of thermosphere, the excessive hotness of the atmosphere, it should be gap here. The excessive hotness of the atmosphere also affects the infrastructure, like roads, bursting the water lines leads to explosion of transformer. Obviously, if temperature is very high, obviously such kind of happenings are also associated a disturbance in the what you can say infrastructure. Aircraft performance decreases at high temperature. It will create problems in jet aircrafts also, commercial aircrafts also. The high temperatures can damage the ground surface of the airport. Oh my god. So obviously it will be dangerous for the passengers who are traveling through airways, isn't it? The excessive heat stresses the vehicle cooling systems, which could have negative impact on ground operations. Yeah, true. That is true. You have seen the burning cars, burning buses, isn't it? In the news, the excessive hotness of atmosphere reduces the human productivity and performance. It will also increases stress. Obviously, uh, if your body is not maintaining the optimum temperature, then various functions of body will not be in accordance with the situation, isn't it? Or various function of your body will be I mean, it will be highly disturbed. Your performance and productivity will also reduces. It will increases the stress condition. The events like extreme weather can also boost the phenomena of global warming. Obviously, if temperature is increasing, nobody can stop global warming and the effects of global warming, which we are observing in the entire world right now. Now, how to build resilience to extreme heat? How to build resilience to extreme heat? That is an important point. Strategies to build resilience to extreme heat are laid out in our publication. Isn't it? Resilience strategies for extreme heat. Some strategies include, I mean, in our publication means in the publication of IQ Civils Academy, isn't it? Resilience strategies for extreme heat. Some strategies include identifying vulnerable populations and creating heat preparedness. We have to identify those populations which are vulnerable and creating heat preparedness plans with all residents in mind, and they may include steps like opening cooling centers during periods of extreme heat and adopting workplace heat stress standards, isn't it? So these points you have to keep in mind in order to write the mains exam if there is something which is related with resilience to how to build resilience to extreme heat. And mind it, this topic is entirely important for mains. Installing cool and green roofs and cool pavements to reduce urban heat island effect. In coming video, I'll discuss what is urban heat island, planting trees to provide shade and to cool the air through evapotranspiration. Got it? Pursuing energy efficiency to reduce demand on the electricity grid, especially during heat waves. So obviously, these are the points which you need to prepare in order to write the questions from mains exam, isn't it? So this topic, as far as this topic is concerned, which is known as heat wave, this topic is not ending here. This topic is connected with, I am telling you, connected with climate change, isn't it? Global warming, all kind of disasters, isn't it? Like forest fire, I've told you landslides, cyclones, isn't it? Droughts, floods, etc. So, in the coming videos, we are going to discuss how the heat waves are related with these aspects, isn't it? So you can understand the entire scenario of heat wave in context of recent transformations which we have visualized in the map of entire world. Got it? So this is all about heat waves, and what I can tell you, all the best. And again, I'm telling you, these are the panel of elite faculties. The inquiry numbers are there. You can inquire about admissions, isn't it? On these numbers, and we are going to start a new batch on uh, what you can say, 1st of August and 10th of August. Okay. So one more, I mean, at last, I will tell you how you can go through. I mean, if the question is, if the question comes in your mains exam, because this topic is important for mates. So obviously, why it's not easy is okay. See, first of all, what you need to understand, what is yeah, you need to understand the concept of heat wave. See, whatever World Meteorological Organization have said, that has not been said by IMD. IMD has classified and defined the heat waves differently, which we'll discuss in the coming session, isn't it? So first of all, heat waves, as far as the standard norms are concerned, then how IMD is defining the heat wave, isn't it? Then types of heat waves in India. I mean, how you have to relate with other aspects also. And these aspects we'll discuss in coming topics, types of heat waves in India, causes of heat waves in India, impacts of heat waves in India, mechanisms to combat heat wave in India, isn't it? And now the heat wave is also, you can correlate it with the phenomena which are related with other regions of world like forest fire in Europe, isn't it? Like forest fire not only in Europe but in Australia, Canada, USA, and other disasters like landslides, cyclones, isn't it? Droughts, floods. So in this way, you have to go through a format for the heat waves in which you need to go through not only the Indian context to the Indian context, but also through what is happening in the entire world because of heat waves. Thank you. Thanks a lot.